Welcome to the show that talks about Tulsa. People making a difference in the Tulsa community. Special guest interviews spotlighting local businesses to covering important issues within the community no one else would dare to talk about. The hot topics and more. Ladies and gentlemen, this is World One Development's News You Can Use with your host and hostess, Charles Harper and Miss Damali Wilson.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to World One Development's News You Can Use. We want to thank everyone for either listening on the radio, watching us on Facebook Live, and on www.KBOB899.com, or tuning in to any of the News You Can Use media networks, which are powered by World One Development. We really appreciate that. I am your hostess with the mostest, Miss Damali Wilson.
And I'm Charles Harper. It's Wednesday, a.k.a. Hump Day, May 31st, JB Day.
Yes.
We're live every Wednesday at 1 p.m. right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on the News You Can Use media networks, powered by World One Development. Oh my God, we are set for an exciting show. You guys better call in at 918-856-3073 or post your comments on our Facebook Live feed at World One Development.
On today's show, friend Cheryl Abdallah. She's going to give us some updates on the Evans Fit Tube project right here in Greenwood.
Yep. Also on the show, Dr. Lester Shaw talking about what's happening over there at Pocket Full of Hope.
And HGTV's Hope is Where the Heart Is. Of course, our Hump Day Hot Topics, which are Fixin' Soul Food, is coming to Greenwood District.
I'm hungry.
Yes, birthdays and more.
This is News You Can Use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on the News You Can Use media network, powered by World One Development. We'll be right back, y'all.
Hey, want to give a shout out to Wall Street Band.
Yeah.
That's who does the intro.
Yeah.
If you always wondered who the intro is done by, it's the Wall Street Band.
Great
Shout
job,
out
guys.
to them.
Thank you.
EduRec is a youth and family fun center located at 5424 North Madison Avenue in Tulsa, Oklahoma. At EduRec, we offer a host of activities for children and families of the Tulsa community at little to no cost. To find out about the many programs, activities, and services offered at EduRec, please visit our website, www.edurectulsa.com, or just give us a call at 918-430-3947.
Fitting Back In is a reintegration program designed to help those released from prison to fit back into the community as productive, valuable members of society. They help schedule various classes such as anger management, substance abuse, and mental health. They also work with different programs in the community to provide job training. If you or someone you know needs help with resources in career development, employment, or housing, to find out more information, call 918-592-3500 or stop by 2121 North Harvard Avenue, Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
The 36th Street North Event Center is a full-scale event center where we share the experiences of the community. At the event center, you can rent space for weddings, birthday parties, receptions, concerts, Greek events, quinceañeras, and much more. We also do custom decor, linen, and centerpieces. We're located at 1125 East 36th Street North. To book your next special event, business gathering, or community event, call us at 918-200-9046.
Let's see if we can find the right sound effect here. How y'all doing?
Yeah, we didn't even have no mics. It's his birthday.
Can we get some music? Yeah,
it's like
get the right effect later.
Yeah.
There's no music today.
The phone is ringing. Whose phone is ringing?
I think that's the president calling.
This is News You Can Use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and
we are back. So News You Can Use is all about shedding some light on the positive happenings in our community. There are many great businesses, programs, and events occurring in our neighborhood, and we felt the community needed to hear about those things. One, so we can support, and two, so we can be involved.
Absolutely. I'm Charles Harper, Chief Executive Officer of World One Development, which includes Fitting Back In, EduRec Youth and Family Fund Center, 36th Street North Event Center, and Oklahoma Community Support Coalition. My job, because the world wants to know, is to provide leadership for all aspects of World One Development with an emphasis on long-term goals, growth, profits, and a return on that investment. And I am so excited and I am so elated to be one of the creators of this phenomenal show.
And I'm Damali Wilson, Chief Operating Officer for World One Development. And my job is designing and implementing business operations and establishing policy that promote company culture and vision. I'm also in charge of social media for all of the World One Development entities. If you would like to advertise your business or organization on this show or any of our other individual platforms, please inbox me your contact information on Facebook Messenger so we can talk. I'm also happy to be one of the creators of this phenomenal show.
Damali, how are thou doing?
I am doing pretty good. You know, it's a little warm outside today.
It's a little warm outside. I can tell you, the only thing I've been thinking about since midnight is JB's birthday.
I know, right?
You
I
know
sent him a message at 12:01.
He probably y'all about it too.
Y'all about to have me crying last night.
Oh, no, we didn't do you like that, did we, JB Smooth?
Y'all just, you know what? Charles and Damali, I mean, to be a part of y'all's team is one thing. But, you know, just the love and respect that you guys show people around you, it's just awesome. And Damali, you just made me about cry last night.
Yeah.
Oh,
Then Charles came through and,
Hit you this morning.
man, come on, man. Y'all just have a brother like, man, I don't deserve it. I'm undeserving.
You know what? My mama said, she raised us, that your birthday is a national holiday, no matter who you are. So you got to celebrate your birthday. And so we got to celebrate. So we celebrate ours, but we celebrate everybody's too.
Shout out to everybody. So many people have sent a text, and you know, I stay to myself a lot, and sometimes it's not the best thing to do. You know,
right.
But yeah, man, shout out to everybody been sending messages all day, shooting shout outs on Facebook, social media. I love you guys, and I just want to say thank you. Today it's definitely a milestone for me.
Yeah,
and I'm truly blessed and honored to be a part of the NYCU.FM, World One Development family, World One for Christ family, Black Wall Street Media. Just everything that we do.
Yeah, it's a lot.
We do a lot. So I'm proud to be a part of that machine.
Yes.
And I thank you guys so much for the love you show.
You know what we should have did? We should have threw JB a party and made him DJ his own party.
I know, but I thought he was gonna be in Miami.
You know what? That's right. You be gone.
I said, man,
I was trying to get in your suitcase.
And you know how we put something together.
Yeah.
It'd be way up.
Stop the record.
Uh-oh.
She stopped the record on me now. We ain't.
Right.
I ain't DJing my own party. Bobby gonna DJ it. Bobby ain't gonna DJ.
Uncle Bobby.
It's gonna be some bong. Nah, but for real, man. Thank y'all so much.
Yes, nothing but love, man. There's a lot of people coming on the live too, and all you see is balloons and confetti and all of that. But Damali, here's the ticket.
Yes.
To me, 45 is big.
Yeah, it is.
And we get into the show.
Yeah.
Because anybody that didn't know me always say that I say, and you live, if y'all live on here, let me know if you think this is true or false. This is just Charles one-on-one. Don't have nothing to do with nobody. I didn't clear this with anybody.
Right.
I didn't do no kind of study. I didn't reach out to 10,000 people. I don't think that stuff true half the time anyway.
That part.
You know what I mean? Oh, 10,000 people said. I'm like, you ain't talked to no 10,000 people. Anyway, that's not the point. I still feel like 45 to 65 is like your best years in terms
definitely
of
feeling
business,
that momentum going that way.
Money, family. You done figured out how to cut your hair if you're gonna have it long term. You done figured out your perfume, your cologne, how to cut your mustache, what shoes to wear.
Yeah.
I feel like you end up making the most money between 45 and 65. That what y'all think? What you think about that, Damali?
I think so too, because I think a lot of times by the time you reach those ages, then your kids are grown or are close to grown. Right. You done kind of figured out life. You done been through a few things to know, okay, that was stupid. I should never did that in the first place.
Right.
So I do agree that you kind of settled into who you are as a person and you're settling into that last half of your life. You know what I mean?
Right.
I agree with that.
I think in my mind, I think in your 20s, Lord,
Man,
you just trying
all over the
to
place.
figure it out.
Yeah.
You're young, you traveling, you trying to find yourself. You know, have 4 boyfriends, 3 wives. You know, it's just, to me, 20s are just, you look your best, you strong, but you just don't have the wisdom.
Right.
To make
life
the
experience.
right move.
Life experience.
Them 20s, you was searching and exploring.
Man.
I think 30, you think you know what you want.
You almost
in them 30s,
getting there.
You probably got a wife by now or a husband if you're going to get married.
Right.
At least by 30.
Right.
And you raising them kids, middle school, high school, you trying to do all that. But typically about 45, like you say, Damali, you getting toward the end of them kids.
Yeah.
Back to reality. And then if you really settle in and put your goals down, get your spiritual life together, I just think you can really do well.
Yes.
From 45 to 65 to set your family up for wealth.
Yes. Yes.
45.
Bobby said JB gonna get 45 lashes today.
But anyway, I'm off that soapbox, Damali. Happy hump day.
I know. Hey, let me ask y'all
Wednesday.
this.
Yeah.
So we down to the Miami Heat and the Denver Nuggets.
Let's talk about the NBA. There's a new era in the NBA.
Yes, a new era.
Some new people that look. Everybody wanted a throwback to Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. They wanted the Lakers against the Celtics.
And
I wanted it.
Yeah.
I think Damali wanted it.
Yeah.
JB didn't want it because he didn't want LeBron to make it. It wasn't about the Lakers for him. It wasn't even about the Lakers. It was about LeBron making it. But nevertheless, hey, when a grown man stand up and flex and do his thing, you got to honor and respect that. So shout out to the Denver Nuggets.
Man.
Shout out to my boy Jimmy Buckets.
Yeah.
Miami Heat.
Brother done showed up, baby. He is not playing the game.
What you got to do is you got to go back to Miami Heat last year. It's the press conference. I'm going to post it on my social media. And they lost in game 7.
Yeah.
He said, look, we weren't quite ready this year.
Wasn't ready.
He said next year we're going to be in the same exact situation.
He called it.
And we're going to be ready to get it done. I guarantee you. He said that last year. This year, when they had them 3-0, we said it's going to be a sweep. Jimmy was sitting back like, no. I already know it's going to get tough. So when it came to game 7,
the bucket show.
Man, he must have flexed on the Boston Celtics. I got a lot of frat brothers. None of them getting on the live today. They love the Boston Celtics.
So who you think's going to win the finals?
You know what? I can't get beyond the Denver Nuggets, man.
Hey, AJ said it's Nuggets all the way.
I can't. I'm not gonna count out Jimmy Buckets because one thing is they getting Heru back. I ain't getting too far into it because this is not 2 dogs.
Right,
so that's
right. We not.
6 to 8. But man, Denver has so much power. I mean, they just stopped the Lake Show. They closed the Lake Show and told them that if you can pack up LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and that supporting cast. In LA 2 times. Hey, that show
you
right
came
there.
To play.
That got to stop Nikolai.
Nope. Yeah.
He's the one to stop.
Joker, this is being honest, he might be the best player in the NBA. That a lot of people don't even know yet. Yeah. But they're gonna find out.
They're gonna learn.
Y'all watch the NBA finals.
Kicks off tomorrow.
It kicks off tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good day for basketball.
I'm excited for it to go down. But I'll tell you what now, if Jimmy Buckets win, because it's going to be him and the Heat. It's a team effort, but he's the leader. Whoever wins this, if Jimmy pulls this off, he's the best player in the NBA in my mind. If Joker takes care of it, whichever one of them come out, you know why? Because they send Giannis home. They put LeBron home.
Man,
they sent the MVP home.
Laid him down.
They done laid
him down.
Turns out everybody like so.
Y'all heard it from Charles.
Okay.
He made his prediction.
What y'all think? Let me see on the line. Let me do some quick shout outs. Well, one, we got a million secret. I don't know what's going on.
We
the limousines,
see y'all.
The helicopters, the private cars, they all lined up all around KBOB. Now I know Uncle Bobby got an award this weekend,
right?
But he done took his shades off, so that means he done settled in to being honored. Shout out to everybody that did that. But we do have some people on there. I'm gonna do a quick shout out. Hey, Platinum.
Yeah, Platinum Flow.
Platinum Flow was the first one on. Cousin, favorite little cousin April.
Hey, April.
My other cousin Brenda's on. She said, hey.
Hey, Brenda.
Hello, Mr. AJ, man. Didn't he show up and show out this weekend?
Listen.
Hey, they need to move to Tulsa. That's right. Keep him here.
Yeah.
I've been telling people from day one when I first met Mr. Energizer, Mr. AJ, Mr. J Bone Lounge down there in Jacksonville, Arkansas, the dirty South, Bigfoot country.
Right.
I said, man, this is one of the realest guys I've ever met.
Yeah.
Man. You know what I mean? And I said, Lord, I just hope that we can create a space for him to be.
Yeah, you did say that. You
remember
that
a long time ago?
I was like, man, you put the battery in his back, man. He don't stop. That's why they call me the giant.
And he recharges the battery himself. Right. I think he got a hookup.
I've never seen it done like that before.
Yes.
And he's been like that the whole couple of years I've been knowing him. So shout out to AJ. He's on live with us. Also, my auntie Dean is on.
Hey, Auntie.
She said happy birthday to JB Smooth down there in Prescott, Arkansas. Your mom.
Happy birthday. Hey, mom.
Your mom, mom said happy birthday to JB.
Hey,
one time, Michael Brewer's in the building.
Michael Brewer got a birthday coming up too.
Tomorrow. He said
that. That's all the Geminis, man.
Yes.
Miss Hall, my cousin, boy, one of my favorite cousins from way back. She is so beautiful. You got to meet her one day. She's on, tuning in from Arkansas. We got many, many more. We're going to get back to it. But Damali.
Listen.
What's up?
If you guys missed the Black Wall Street Legacy Fest 2023, the festival.
You missed one. And you can't say you didn't know about it.
Can't say you ain't know because we told you. We tried to told you.
JB, Damali, and I, we had Dr. Crutcher come on. We had other people come on. We told, because you know what? It's been crazy for the last few years. It's been mass shootings everywhere. Kids having, you needed this healing.
Yes.
I got a snippet. Tony Mason.
Man, didn't he do his thing?
Oh my God. Check him out.
It's Tony Mason.
This Tony Mason. T-Town's very on right here.
Yes. Here we go.
Now here's what we call in church a call and response.
You know what? It was just such a good vibe at Legacy Fest.
Right.
Yes.
Tony Mason, Gerald Albright was amazing.
Yes.
Club Nico shut it down.
Got up there for a little bit and did a little.
Hit
a little
note.
Yeah. I seen it. It came from the red high heel boots.
That part.
I watched the boots and she kind of act like she was like, pigeon toe.
You know what I love to see?
Oh, it's over now.
I was in the crowd and I love to see her dad show up. Always in the back, just chilling. Carlton's so laid back. He's such a good guy. But
great guy.
To see him show up and just hang out with everybody is always a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I can tell you what, I saw a lot of musicians out there.
Oh my God, yeah.
I seen a lot of musicians. I seen a lot of people that host a lot of other events. I think it just kept, this is my 2 cents. I think some people was like, I don't know if I'm going, but they kept seeing all them videos the mom was doing and all from everybody else too. And it was like, let me get out here and see that you can tell. And they just kept getting closer and closer. Then at some point, thousands. It was just like a sea of people.
Yes.
And we was rocking and rolling. But that's what we're doing on Greenwood, y'all.
That's right. Shout out to the Divine Nine who showed up and showed
represented viciously.
I know, right?
Shout out to Jamie too.
She did that. Yeah.
She was
who was the best friend?
DJ Soul.
Who represented on the dance? Who the best
show? What you think, AJ?
Y'all was there when we came through. But y'all got
to lie. When Vanessa and them was out there, Vanessa was out there.
They was doing
good. I'm just saying Sigmas and fraternities and sororities.
It was a love all of them.
It was just a beautiful thing.
People get to see how, even though we
everybody was
each other, we was in there together, man.
The Qs, the Sigmas, the Alphas, the Kappas, everybody.
It was nice.
Omegas.
Yeah.
Good shout out to Pastor Jamal Dyer and Ali Shaw. Shout out to them too. They came and set it up and set it off. So we going on and on about y'all because let me tell you, all around the world we got people tuning in. You need this kind of positive energy in your community. You know, when you just got so much stuff going on. So
so just a huge shout out to the survivors, to the descendants, to Dr. Tiffany Crutcher, to all the sponsors, the volunteers, and to the community.
And for the people that brought out the food. And let me tell you this too, man. When I looked at the stage and the lights and the screens and all of that, I said, JB Smooth birthday must be coming.
Okay, let me tell you, he beast mode. JB went beast mode on him this weekend.
Beast mode.
What is that?
Look, I'm walking. I'm all the way back by the OTA building. JB back there with a pillow on his head with this iPad in his hand, controlling the volume. I'm like, JB has some lemonade in his mouth through a straw. I'm like, bro, what you doing? He said, I'm controlling everything in the city from right here.
You know what? I just want to shout out the Terrence Crutcher Foundation, first of all.
Yes.
Dr. Tiffany Crutcher, Steph Simon, World Culture Music.
Yes.
for believing in me, giving me an opportunity to produce
Do what you do.
not only
Yeah.
the audio, but the entire show
Yeah.
was produced by my company and the team,
Yeah.
Black Wall Street Media Group.
Yeah.
We'll let the cat out the bag. Yeah,
Yeah.
Black Wall Street Media Group. We here.
Yes.
We officially here. We've got a few major festivals under our belt.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, we produced Black Wall Street Rally as
That
well.
was a hit.
Yes. that
Oh
was
my
it.
mama.
Oh, don't start. Don't start.
It just, I mean, it's just, it's special to keep. It's one thing to keep the black dollar recirculating amongst your people, and I think that plays an important part in the growth of small business.
Yeah. Yeah.
Me being a small business, it's not easy doing what I do.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
Because we make sacrifices. But we definitely gonna go to bat for our people, and I think hopefully we hit a home run.
Yeah,
Yeah, you hit back to back.
Legacy Fest.
When I was leaving, I was on the highway. I was like, man, JB 2 for 2.
Mhm.
It's hard to be 2 for 2 because when you there and you watch how everybody's pulling and pulling and pulling, you sitting there like, oh my goodness. But let me do this real quick to the World One Development News.
Oh my God.
Man,
to Rocky
we
Road.
And that sea of blue.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Sea of
April.
blue.
Shout out to Angie.
Yes.
Shout out to Carl.
Yeah.
Of course, us. We was in the building. AJ, we just gave him the biggest of the biggest shout out. So, but just coming through, showing people love, trying to bring the right energy. Got to appreciate Uncle Bobby for just giving us a platform, to do that. You know, so it was just amazing.
And the weekend didn't stop there.
Nope.
We ended up going into a church service.
Man, we went into
and
church
seeing
Sunday.
Kurt Carr. Oh my God! If you guys missed that concert over at Vernon
You missed it. You missed a good one, y'all. I know it was hard because I am not gonna lie. It was hard for me.
Yeah.
I mean, when I woke up, I had one leg in one shoe for like 30 minutes.
I got a quick snippet of Gerald Levert. Check it. Gerald Albright.
Albright.
Check him out.
Oh yeah, he killed it.
Oh my God. Let me tell you something. I grew up as a kid listening to this guy. So that was probably the most surreal moment for me, was to be mixing and engineering for someone I grew up on as a kid. And I'm telling you, my dad put me on Gerald Albright as a youngster. So I mean,
so you know what you do time.
He got 40 plus years in the game, that man right there.
That's
so
4 decades.
One of the best saxophonists to ever do it. And they're up with the ranks of Kenny G and Najee, other Kirk Whalum, all those guys. So
quick shout out real quick down there in H-Town. The Coles are in the building.
Hey.
That's my niece and Jonathan. They tune in from H-Town. Y'all just got to oblige just a little bit, man. We had such a good time with thousands of people coming out to Legacy Fest. And I'm going to say this and say it right now. If you missed the rally, you missed this, you need to get ready for Juneteenth. For the last 3 years, we've had the largest Juneteenth in the nation. It's going to be June, like 15th, 16th, 17th, that weekend. So come on down if you don't have nothing huge going on in your city. Come on down here to Tulsa, hang out with us, because I'm telling you, we're going to have an amazing time.
And it didn't stop there. So we did church service on Sunday. Then we had on Monday, we paused.
Right.
We did a huge pause so that we can do the homegoing service of our brother and friend, James Cabin Ross.
Correct.
Beautiful service.
Right.
I mean, just an amazing guy. He's one of those folks that it wasn't hard to, get up and say nice things about him, because he was just that kind of guy.
Yeah, I agree. You miss him the most because all of this stuff we're naming, he's normally the person capturing all of it. And he's been doing it for decades.
Yeah. And I can say that I absolutely, when we were at Juneteenth, I for whatever reason, every now and again, I would kind of look for him. Like, where's he at with his camera and that tripod?
You keep trying to peep and look.
Yes. So also shout out to on Tuesday, Dr. Alicia Odewale.
Right.
Actually from over at TU. She is actually the assistant professor at the University of Tulsa, specializing in the African diaspora archaeology.
Yeah.
They're going to be starting a archaeological dig on Standpipe Hill.
Right.
So I
Big stuff.
actually, was able. I think we tag teamed on Tuesday.
Man,
so
we were trying to get it done.
yeah, I did that part, and went and did the opening ceremonies for that, and then Charles actually did the book release party.
Book release party for Mother
yes.
Viola Fletcher, and
Yes.
she was 109 years old.
Yes.
Came down. It was over there at Fulton Coffee
Yeah.
and Bookstore. It was amazing at 1:00, and it was packed out. Yeah, so it was packed out and it was good. Thanks for all the love. Y'all can go to World One Development, like this page, share this video, everything we talking about it. We have live footage with music with people all in there. So just go check that out, man. Get back with us. Let us know what you think. Again, yesterday. We'll try to take a break after this. Beyond Apology.
Yes.
The third edition happened yesterday at the 36th Street North Event Center.
Very well attended. People came out, voiced their opinions, participated in all of the small groups. It was amazing. So thank you guys so much because, this doesn't work if you don't participate.
Right.
Right. So we appreciate all the community members that came out. Chef Jay's food was a hit yet again.
Yeah. I ate that and released myself from
they call that
for a few minutes. Spaghettis.
Yeah.
Paschettis and meatballs.
And I ate that. It sent me back.
Right.
Start 15 minutes a little bit later because boy, people was getting in on that food. So shout out to Chef Jay. I want to do a special shout out to Billy.
Yes.
Wilkerson. They came here from Washington, D.C.
Yes.
That was one of our presenters.
Yes.
And of course,
Drees and Heath.
She was still here as well. Greg did a great job.
Yes.
My city council that was there, Vanessa, of course, and Lori
Dexter Wright
was there. And so everybody that came out, thank you so much. We have another meeting coming up next month. We'll keep you guys posted. I think we're going to take a quick break because we have a super, super special guest to talk about a super, super special situation going on. She's live. I seen the curls first. I didn't know what it was. I just saw curls from
here we go
different parts of the world. And I'm like, but now the curls came on in. Took a seat. We're going to take a real quick break and we're going to be right back to KBOB 89.9 FM World One Development News You Can Use. Hang on, y'all.
The 36th Street North Event Center is a full-scale event center where we share the experiences of the community. At the event center, you can rent space for weddings, birthday parties, receptions, concerts, Greek events, quinceañeras, and much more. We also do custom decor, linen, and centerpieces. We're located at 1125 East 36th Street North. To book your next special event, business gathering, or community event, call us at 918-200-9046.
Fitting Back In is a reintegration program designed to help those released from prison to fit back into the community as productive, valuable members of society. They help schedule various classes such as anger management, substance abuse, and mental health. They also work with different programs in the community to provide job training. If you or someone you know needs help with resources in career development, employment, or housing, to find out more information, call 918-592-3500 or stop by 2121 North Harvard Avenue, Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
EduRec is a youth and family fun center located at 5424 North Madison Avenue in Tulsa, Oklahoma. At EduRec, we offer a host of activities for children and families of the Tulsa community at little to no cost. To find out about the many programs, activities, and services offered at EduRec, please visit our website, www.edurectulsa.com, or just give us a call at 918-430-3947.
This is news you can use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM, and we are back.
So let's go ahead and hit this Black History trivia question.
Get your thinking cap on.
Now, y'all should know this. I'm just going to say right now, you should know it. If you don't, let's go ahead and hit it. So what 2-day-long white supremacist terrorist act took place on U.S. soil where bombs were used to destroy and permanently alter the state of a successful black community? Was it A, Rosewood Massacre?
Man.
Was it B, the Atlanta Race Riot?
I remember that.
Was it C, the Tulsa Race Massacre?
Whoa.
Or was it D, the Elaine Massacre?
You got us on this one, Damali.
You needed to have a E. All of E above. You know what I'm talking
above, yeah.
Lord, I'm like, what's all of the above?
Right. Can we get multiple choice on this one?
No.
Or is it only one answer?
It's only one answer.
Mr. Energizer said C.
You know
Miss
what time
Energizer
it
said
is.
C. All right. And
I'll see
what
you.
you
Right,
got?
I'll see you right there, Mr. Energizer.
All right. So we got two
I got to
C's.
go with that. But the one thing I do not love about it, I'm just glad that I'm in tune to all of them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't see it and be like, oh, I'm not. I know
Right.
what these four are, so that
Right.
makes me know what the answer is. So
All right. So you guys let us know your answer. So AJ has said C.
It goes to show you what's been going on across the board, not just
Mhm.
in one place.
Yeah.
right
So if you're going to Google something, Google all of the answers,
there you go.
because all of them have significance. So
Yeah.
Google them all. So you can
Yeah.
get a little bit of history about all of them.
Mm.
But there's only one right answer in this question. Okay.
And we'll be back to it. And
We'll-
we have started to get in our merchandise.
Yes.
Start
we
mailing
got
out. So now
merch.
when you get stuff right, we're gonna call you afterwards and we're gonna start mailing some stuff out around, and you can take your picture,
Yeah.
post it, tag us and all that. Damali,
Yes.
we got a special guest today.
We do have a special. Well, you know what? She really is like
She's
family.
still special. She stays a special guest to me at all times. You know what I'm talking about?
She's family.
Yeah, that's how I family. I
Yes.
just seen my cousin yesterday and I hug him like I ain't seen him in years.
In years.
You know that's just
We do
called
that too.
celebrate. We
Yes.
do that too. First
Yes.
y'all know we be at an event and hug each other twice. Like
Yeah.
when I seen my first guy there,
Yeah,
I know, but it's just good to be alive.
You know,
It's good to
it really
still
is.
be here in 2023.
Yes.
It's been so much craziness going on. So we have none other than the one and the only
Frenchelle Abdallah.
in the buildings.
Yes.
Looking
How
beautiful.
are you? You know, she's like my favorite person because she's
Come on.
always so happy and bubbly, and I just love it because I'm like that too.
We need that energy.
Yeah. So just to have somebody, kindred spirits.
And then when she hug you, she wanted you to hug, she'll shimmy on you.
Yeah.
She don't even regular. Like can you hug
Shimmy, shimmy, yeah,
shimmy three times.
Yes.
Charles is really
Shimmy.
a comedian.
Yes. Yes.
I swear he's funny.
Shimmy
So
on.
how are you?
How you been doing, girl?
I've been doing well.
Yes.
It's really funny. I just graduated my oldest as we were
Yes.
talking. And
Congratulations. It ain't easy.
Excited
so
for
proud
you.
of her and my
Number
whole family.
one is out the house.
Number one is out
Almost.
the house, and that is a difficult thing. It's
Yes,
bittersweet, right?
it is.
And she's like the one that set the bar. I
Yes.
feel bad for these other
bar.
folks.
Man, because they gotta come high.
You know the
They gotta come
problem?
high.
You know the problem is?
There is no going low.
Right.
No. Frenchelle, first daughter, first baby, she took the bar. There's no
Yeah,
bar left.
there's no bar.
You know, you can set the bar and leave it for somebody else and then sit.
That's
one, so I'm gonna go
I got it.
And if
Yeah.
you want it, you got to call me and we got to sit and
Yes.
talk about it.
We'll
But can
negotiate.
you tell the little snippet that you just
Come
told
on.
us? She is the. Go ahead and tell us.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Yeah. Be a proud mom.
Give some love.
Yeah.
Easily. So she is part of the 100th graduating class of Holland Hall, but she was the first person of color to do commencement and the first Black woman to do the commencement speech in 100 years
In a
of their
century.
existence. And she killed it.
And she killed it because mama
She blew
said
up
she
the
did.
spot, dropped
Yeah.
the microphone.
Now that's what's
Did you
up.
hear
And
me?
took the bar and left.
Yeah,
I think I was the first Black DJ to ever DJ a party at Holland Hall.
Really?
I mean, you better answer in the comment, but
Right.
I think I
First and the
was.
first.
Yes, I love it. That is
So-
amazing.
So it was amazing, but I also, I commend them. I mean,
Yeah.
they really embraced our family when we moved to Tulsa,
Right.
and they've been a really good family, like extended home for them as we've kind of like gone through the trials of adjustment, and for them to recognize that they're exemplary students, but really
Right.
what I love most is that they're kind people and they're true
They
to
are.
who they are.
Sure.
Yeah, go
to
Dutch.
be able to
Yeah.
go Dutch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, the
Love
thing
it.
about it too is, man, your babies is why you do what you do.
Absolutely.
That's when
That
you
part,
be like, you know
yeah.
what, I'm gonna fight somebody, but now I got these kids, I can't
Uh,
fight.
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? That's what people right before
I
they
will
swing.
take off a good wig to fight.
But now for the kids,
Yeah.
Come on
That's
now.
different.
then the resistance is gone.
Absolutely.
You touch one of them kids, and
Mhm.
all
Mama
that
bears is
control.
coming out, baby.
Bring out the Vaseline.
Right.
Y'all come back down here.
We got to hear. You can also to a fight, especially mama. Especially mama.
They love their babies.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, now.
Ain't no games to be played
Man,
around.
when the,
Not a game.
man, when the
No.
earring go off,
Oh,
Man,
okay.
it's over.
everybody, the whole nation pauses. Frenchelle,
yes.
we rewind back a year,
Oh my goodness.
and we was in the middle of a huge project that you set on fire for the whole world to see.
Evans Fintube.
Man, and we was in there heading up the engagement stuff. People came from
Yes.
all over.
Yes.
It was some to it, a different kind of energy, people on the edge, and you right in the middle of it.
Mhm.
And man, that's like a year in the snap of a finger has
Yes.
gone by.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And everybody been sitting at home, biting their fingernails
Waiting.
and all of that.
Waiting.
Because we'll say this, here's the ticket. Because we did the local engagement. So
Yeah.
hundreds poured in,
Yes.
hundreds online.
Yes.
But this is
Absolutely.
what
Yeah.
probably 85% of the people would tell me and Damali in private.
Mhm.
I don't trust the city of Tulsa as far as I can throw 'em.
Seriously.
That
Yeah.
part.
I'm just
And
saying
that's
that.
unfortunate. And that's unfortunate.
I mean,
but
you
that
can
is the
understand, but
reality.
we just saying in the
That's the reality.
Come on
now we feeding them lasagna and spaghetti. We got food.
But that's real feedback.
We
That's
got
real
mute.
feedback.
That's real.
Yeah.
But they will come. Here's the ticket. We only really here because y'all putting this on because we know y'all not playing. Because whatever y'all can do and
Mhm.
understand, y'all gonna do that. We supporting Franchelle,
Mhm.
and that time we supporting with it was just
Yeah.
all those mixtures of different things.
Mhm.
But it's one thing to be a fan and sitting on the sideline, so to speak. It's
Mhm.
another thing to be in the game.
Right.
Absolutely.
And she was chosen. She was the winner.
And
Mm-hmm.
One.
one
Mhm.
WON
First
Incredible.
African American woman
sister
to
to
ever
win ever.
win.
We
the city.
won.
Yeah.
We won.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Because everybody sat and did their notes and got
Yep.
up and fussed and fight and talked and pulled and
I
said,
got my
this,
hard hat on.
we know
too.
what we want.
Yeah.
So it's been a year and I've been seeing people riding in their cars with shovel because they want to get out and help you. They're like, I'm gonna do it. I'm like, put your shovel out of the developer. You can't.
When are we
do it?
Come on.
So that's why I'm so happy that you came in today. This is, man, we right at massacre time again. It's been
Yes.
22 years. We
Yeah.
trying to represent our ancestors and turn this thing around the right way and do the right thing. But how has it been for you in your world with Evans FinTube and what's going on with it? And how can we help?
Okay, so it's been a year. It's been a year of work, delay, moving goalposts and new milestones that were never a part of the process.
Yeah.
And so what I've done over this year has been quiet, right?
Mhm.
Because
Right.
I was taught, you get in and you start working. And so
Right.
that's what
Hey.
we were doing. And so we were awarded the project after a 5-month delay. Most people don't realize I started this in August of 21.
Oh, wow.
Man.
Yeah.
So that's when the RFP started.
Right.
Right.
And then we were supposed to be awarded in November.
Mm-hmm.
We have the entities created, economic development moves out the city.
Right.
We have some folks at the staff level come in and slow down the process.
Mhm.
And from November of 21, we weren't awarded until May 10th of 2022.
What?
Wow.
So that's how we got to May.
Can we go back though?
Mhm.
Let's talk about your design.
Yes.
What actually won the
Like what the people wanted.
when it came down to it, when they chose you guys as the winner
Yep.
of it was you and a couple other people.
Mhm.
What was that about? I mean, what made them choose you? Did they say?
Well, actually, I really credit the reason why we won the leadership at steering committee because they voted.
Right.
I credit community because they came out and voted with their presence and they came out and voted with their love, their sentiments, their criticism.
Mm-hmm.
And then just on the sheer fact that we had design, we had financial partners in place, we had a development concept that was stellar, and we were able to display like the aspirations of community. That's
Right.
really what made it win. So we were the highest scoring in the RFQ process.
Mm-hmm.
We were also the highest scoring in the RFP, no matter what the city and its entities tried to attempt to stall out or to change.
Mhm.
We were the highest scoring, and so that's what won.
So she had all her T's dotted, all her
All the
I's.
eyes,
Like
yeah,
twice,
absolutely,
like
yeah.
double
Because
eyes,
they're
double-
not going to let us get through without
Right.
doing all of that, right?
Right.
And so we have to be better, run farther, jump higher,
Yeah.
do more, be more credible than some of our, opponents that aren't. And
Mhm.
so
I did that this weekend. I ain't gonna lie.
you ran high, jumped.
I experienced that same feeling,
Yeah.
trying to accomplish something that's so much bigger than me.
Yeah,
And, it's hard.
it is very hard.
So to do that and be able to, no matter what it is, building a building, tearing
Absolutely.
down a building, digging up some dirt,
Mm-hmm.
building a
Whatever.
daycare, whatever it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Going after the vision in your own head is
When it's
difficult.
us, it's difficult. It's difficult.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And
but it's
go-
also unnecessarily difficult sometimes,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
We go through a process,
Yeah.
and there's a standard process, and then there's our process.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Right.
And so having to go through not only the standard public process, but the process that we actually have to go through in order to get the keys,
Mhm.
it's a difficult thing. And it's a system barrier that's erected for no other reason but that it can be erected,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
And so over the course of the year, we were told that we won.
Mhm.
And we were told that we were going to be moving towards the city actually consummating that intention to develop community and develop that building in a way that the community saw fit, with me as the lead developer.
Right.
Over the course of that year, what we realize is two things. Time kills all deals in real estate.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And so there was an intentional kind of slowing down to get us to be doing things that were unnecessary, that really are standard process for the city. And then the second piece that was, I think, insidious is that, take, for example, you buy a house, right? You
Right.
find this beautiful house. You're like, oh my God, I love it. I'm
Right.
going to build it.
Right. There you go.
And what's the first thing you do after you've identified that this is what you want? You get a
You
contract.
get a
Right.
contract. You got to
Yeah.
have a
You
contract.
get a contract.
To even start. Yeah.
You put your earnest money down.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
You start your due diligence process, right? You go to the bank. You like, can I get it financed?
Yeah.
You have a home inspection. Can I actually do the thing I want to
Come
do
on.
in the house?
Yes.
Can I have it built?
Yes.
You have a contractor come in, right? And you say, okay, yeah, you can move this. You can rehab this kitchen. You can
Yeah.
do those things.
Right.
And then you move to closing.
Yes.
What happened in the course of the year of our process is, while the city said, yes, you can go ahead, you found the project, you won the project, right? They didn't give us anything.
Mhm.
You won the project.
Right.
We're not going to give you a contract. So
Wait
I
a
haven't
minute.
had a contract for a year.
Hold up.
We're going to just make you work on a draft
Tell to play
of a
some
contract.
West Coast music. Play Ice Cube. No, I'm just
Right.
playing.
Right.
But
when it gets gangster.
Right.
Yeah.
Like where they do that.
let me.
Where they do that at. And
What
so
at?
we were told over the course of these bi-weekly meetings, mind you, I never even received a draft agreement of the contract until October 31st of 2022,
Oh wow.
which means I went 5 months, no paper.
May.
No,
May.
not-
Is
okay.
when you
Halloween is
Yeah.
when I get the draft agreement of the redevelopment agreement, which is a standard document that the Urban Renewal Authority (TDA) issues. Partner Tulsa executes.
Because there was nothing more
Let me
important.
let me just ask you, who was supposed to put that document like in your possession?
Partner Tulsa.
So Partner Tulsa, which is the people we kind of work with to go
Yeah,
through this whole big
absolutely.
process,
Yeah.
me, Greg, and
So
Damali,
facilitated
on and
it,
on,
yeah. Mhm.
and we've won. Kumbaya, we all clapped. It's French Shell. Now let's
Right.
get to the real work. But the real work hasn't gotten a chance to
No,
move because the contract is not.
still has never been executed.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened was we kept asking the initial team, right? Because there was a lot written like, oh, her partner's left. Actually, that's not true. J Dunn Construction is still our contract partner.
I saw
And
that
Bill
on Tulsa
Partner.
World.
Correct, because but that's what the city will release on you when
The
they try to bury.
misinformation.
Absolutely, when they try to bury
The
you.
misinformation game.
So I said, okay, well, that's all right. I know the truth. The team is still strong, still have Lee Simon Design, leading project architecture method group, doing the historic, Rosen Preservation, J.E. Dunn Construction,
Right.
Wallace Collective Engineering. I mean, everybody is still in place, right?
Waiting.
Waiting.
Mhm.
A year and a half. We've been together as a team, rock solid.
And that's a long time.
It's a long
with
time.
no act.
And I have to give it up to them as partners because
Right.
they've been in the mud working alongside me saying, but we still hold out. We believe in the vision. We believe in what we said to community.
Mhm.
And they have not wavered in that. So I have to really shout out those partners on this team because
Right.
we would not be at this place if they just wouldn't have held their ground.
Mhm.
Because we have experienced a ton of nonsense in
Right.
the interim,
Mhm.
I
right?
think that's the biggest part, Charles, where in the beginning of the process, they kept drilling it. This is not going to be like what it used to be.
That was the
And
narrative.
that is
was
the biggest, thing in community is that it always ends up going this way.
But
Right.
here's the ticket is because then it was 2021.
Mhm.
So you're dealing with the Centennial,
Correct.
lights,
Yeah.
camera,
Lights, camera,
action.
action,
Lights.
kumbaya.
Lights, camera,
let's- yeah.
celebrities are
National
here.
attention.
They're in front of these celebrities. We finna do right. This is what Tulsa's doing now.
Mhm.
And people, and Uncle Bobby would always say it.
Mhm.
You got to watch Tulsa when the lights and all the
Mhm.
people go
Cameras
away.
go
People
away.
get back up to their old tricks.
Mhm.
When and it
Mhm.
makes me feel bad in my heart because we went through the process with you.
Right.
And I know the 68 million,
Mhm.
that's not a space they want us to play
Mhm.
in.
Well,
because
let's talk about what the project
let's talk
actually
about
is,
that.
right?
Okay.
Okay.
Because what we presented, to your point, was we presented a project that was 250 to 300 million dollars,
Mhm.
Right.
That was the number.
right?
Mhm.
So we had 3 phases. Phase 1 was the adaptive reuse. Phase 2 was affordable housing. It was multifamily. The Beacon.
That's right.
Right?
Yep,
The Beacon. And then the third was some hospitality.
Mhm.
What happened was they awarded me the project, but would only allow me to talk about phase 1 of the project, which is 68 million. And at the time it was 41. Thank God for construction escalation. I wouldn't even have a $68 million project. What they know to be true is they would never let me talk about the Beacon. And the Beacon really was what we put on the map as
That was the main thing.
aspirational,
Yes.
right?
Right.
In community.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 42 stories. You can't build that. We're never going to let that be built. And whether it's 42 stories or 28 stories, the truth of the matter is that the city was never going to allow a landmark in North Tulsa that pointed to Black people. And so they would never let me talk about phase 2. And then not talking about phase 3 means I can't attract the kind of capital necessary to get that project to go. The money is in housing and the money is in hospitality. Without being able to fully present my project, then I can only shop it to people who are at the 10 to
Lower.
40, $50 million. And in this market, given inflation, given capital markets, given the amount of money that's being extracted out of banks, no one is trying to fund a $50 million project. There's not enough money on the table for them to do that. Now, $300 million project, money is looking for that.
Correct.
Right? So what they did is they constrained the project and then said, oh, but you go out and find you a development partner and a capital partner, knowing that's not even possible in this market.
Wow.
Set you up to fail.
Set you up to
That's a
fail.
setup
And
to
then
fail.
wouldn't allow me to capture the contractors and partners that I have on my team. So I can't even use their capacity to be able to say that we have a strong enough team to be able to move it forward. In the interim, we did bring on Greg Shaw with 2020, who's
Right,
leading
that's
as a
partner.
project director and has a wealth of experience. Because one
Right.
thing that we said, and one thing I was committed to in the project, irrespective, was that we always had that space open. It was always meant to be occupied by a local Black firm. And so when William and Greg went after the project,
Right.
I believed in their project. I was their development consultant under the RFQ. Once we got to RFP, we separated and I led this project and it won, but I always meant to go back and make sure
Right.
that community stood with us.
Right.
And that has been the case. So Greg has come on board and he's the project director for the project. And then we brought on a woman, Carrie Sanders, out of Wisconsin, that does all the financial modeling with Hope Community Capital. She leads that organization and did the $10 million raise for Crossover Community Impact.
Right.
So
Wow.
solid team.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
But the city is now saying, well, you can't count that because you pay them.
You can't
So-
count the.
I can't count their capacity and expertise because I pay them. So again, it's the goalposts always move when it comes to developers of color and women. The standard is never the same. And even when you meet their standard and their criteria, then they move it and change it. And now you got to reach a little bit farther and go a little bit
do
higher.
a little bit more.
Yeah, and I'm gonna add this because man, we streaming live all over the world, and people locally, and they just chiming in and putting all kind of hearts, and some are just kind of stunned, like really,
Like
they followed the process. when we was here.
Absolutely.
So I'm saying this because I'll say, Francille, you are one of the best in the business right now.
Yeah.
So I would say because you've been in the space for a while, then there's already like, okay, I know it's going to be some hurdles to jump. I
Absolutely.
know it's going to be some. I already know that.
Mhm.
So has this even exceeded the egregiousness that you thought it would be? Is it beyond that?
It's beyond nonsense. I mean,
Right.
it's beyond
Wow.
what I ever imagined it would have been, right? You get into development because you love the game.
Right.
I love the art of the deal. I
Right.
love the structure, right? I look to people like Don Peoples, who was doing it in the
Right.
80s and 90s and
Right.
today.
Right.
I mean, like it is this way of putting together a puzzle that really impacts community that I love. I love the challenge of real estate development. And if we don't own land and occupy space and hold buildings, there's no way to really close the generational wealth gap. And so our goal, we knew, which was going to be difficult, was making sure that Black folks and folks in community had a way to own this from the top to the bottom, whether
Right.
it was at an individual level or collective level.
Right.
But I never imagined that I would have both real barriers as well as erected barriers in
Wow.
the process,
Yeah.
right? Because there is what is just difficult about putting the capital together, raising the equity, figuring out what kind of programming, right? Like what needs to go into the buildings,
Right.
what needs to be phased first. That's just a part of the process. This is a part of development. And
Yeah.
we love that in terms of the challenge that it brings.
Mhm.
And what I love is that I come from a community development background. So
Right.
how I think about development is very much informed through that process.
Sure.
So this was great.
Do you think someone's trying to get you to quit?
Absolutely. Because time kills all.
And then blame you for the whole thing.
Yeah, because that's what they'll say, right? They'll say, well, she don't have the money to do it.
Yeah.
Well,
when that's not the case. When I was there, when you was there, the people came out. We already seen
the money was
the
there.
Mm-hmm.
When we were awarded May 10th, my team was intact with the capital partner. What most people don't know is we never got the redevelopment agreement, but we had the $18 million secured that was required. We had partners at the table that had said, we'll give you $31 million in construction finance.
Right.
Yes.
We'll make sure that we take you all the way through. And then the opportunity zone, we'll have investment on the other side. Fast forward a year later, the market has shifted. Everything is different.
Right.
Some of those same partners are still in place. I still have construction lending. Can't count it. Now the city is saying that's not good enough. Still have historic tax credits that we know are going to come in on the building because we saved the building, right? At least $18 million in qualified reimbursable expenses. Can't count that now. I don't meet the threshold requirement anymore. Now you need pre-development financing, which is whatever, it's a number they haven't said it is, but I'm $110,000 out of my own income in order to be able to ensure that we can move the process forward for a year and a half. So these are now erected barriers that are post the award, but they still can't answer the question. If everything was intact the way that you thought it would be and that you wanted it to be, why on May 11th wasn't there a redevelopment agreement executed with the team as it stood?
Right.
Damali, this is what I think. To me, it sounds like somebody was lying from the beginning.
Yeah.
Meaning there was never no plan ever to follow through on what was supposed to be done.
Absolutely.
But probably didn't bank on it being somebody like Franchelle.
Right.
They did not bank on it. Yeah.
They didn't expect a Franchelle to come. That's probably why it's been drawn out for a year and a half. They probably would have shut somebody else down in 2 months.
Right.
But because of your wisdom, knowledge, and willingness to stick to it, and I know a lot of that has to do with all the people that you've talked to and promised and engaged, because we got a lot of people listening in. I appreciate that. And they saying all kind of stuff. And I'm going to get to that. It's just that we have to understand this is more than about Franchelle.
Absolutely.
This is more than about just Franchelle.
Absolutely.
And so that's why before we let you go, we got to figure out what steps we need to, because I already got some thoughts, but what can we do to help and support? Because what's different now is you can't try to bag our sister into a corner and then try to quiet her. And now the whole world know what's going on and we can figure out how to support. So now you really won't be able to move the ball because we can put it out there in a space where we all can see it and we can hold our sister up and support her financially, emotionally, spiritually, however we need to make it happen.
This is exactly what we talk about when we talk about systematic racism or institutional racism. This is what it looks like.
Right.
When we have an opportunity, and I think that District 1 City Councilwoman Vanessa Hall Harper said it best, when we have the opportunity to do right, as a city, as a community, then somehow we always manage to fumble the ball when it comes to us and people that look like us. And then we're categorized as being angry or, it's something to do with our character.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly. It has to do with us and why we can't get where we're trying to go because it's us. But nobody wants to acknowledge and recognize and realize, or they do, but they, want to hush us, and put it on the back burner like, oh no. So they use this year and a half to make sure that you didn't get the project instead of using the year and a half so that we can have some beautiful edifice sitting here or, progress on a beautiful edifice that's going to enhance Greenwood District and honor the ancestors and the survivors, and this community,
right.
So we want to erase history
and
spend time erasing history,
because you erase history
and make us feel better.
People to have a future.
Correct.
So Damali, what this would do for Greenwood alone? No matter if Franchelle had the project, if Charles had the project, whoever had it.
It's about the money.
It's not bigger than that. It's not just what did it do for Greenwood. It's what it would do for the United States of America and abroad.
That's right.
This is not just ours are on Greenwood.
Yeah.
Ours are on Tulsa.
Absolutely.
When
Right.
all them people came here, everybody's checking from north, south, east, west, across.
Yeah.
Everybody checking to see what we gonna do next. Can we get it done? That's what I'm saying. It's so much bigger than Franchelle,
Yeah.
even though
Yeah.
she's sitting in the
Yeah.
captaincy, because the whole world gonna say we can or we can't do it
Right.
based on
Based
her
on-
success,
Yeah. Mhm.
and that's what we got to understand.
Yeah, I definitely want to touch on that because you are absolutely right. This is so much bigger. It had nothing to do with me.
Yes.
And like my grandma would say, but you got the right one, baby.
You got the right
Mhm.
one.
Because I have enough staying power, right?
yes.
If this year and a half didn't take me out, then there's nothing that's going to remove me off my project. And that's what I told, Cayenne on May 15th. I said, and Council Hall Harper was there. I've put everything into this. And I stood before a community and said a very specific thing. And I intend to see that built, whether you think it's going to be built through me or not. I intend to get this project built. And you're not going to take my project from me, because if you can, you already would have. You tried.
Yes, that's right.
But since you can't, I'm going to continue to move forward and do what I know to do. Now, you can negotiate and conversate, because that's all we've done for a year and a half. I don't
Right.
have anything that legally binds us. But what I know to be true is that publicly I won. There are documents that support that, and you publicly have stalled me.
Uh-oh.
And so what we're going to do is we're going to move forward in good faith. What I thought we were doing at the beginning,
Right.
we're going to continue to move forward in that way, because this is not about Franchelle. This is not about Team Alchemy. This is about the world looking at Tulsa and saying, this
Come
is
on.
our space. That's why they wanted to kill the beacon in the 42-story tower to begin with, because to build that, it is a rallying cry, and it is a global signal that rebuilding and the ancestors are here, and that
Yes.
rebuilding is possible, and that we have the right to dedicate and dictate what our future looks like.
Yes.
And so by killing that, they say, well, you don't get to plan a future. All you get to do is cry about a past. And I'm saying the devil is a liar.
Yes.
And we are going to move forward in building this, whether it's phase 1, 2, or 3. That beacon will be built, and that building will be repositioned. What's really interesting that has kind of happened over like a year and a half is that we've continued to build. We've reprogrammed the building.
Right.
We've continued to think about it. We reposition things. We have talked to the railroad, which the partner Tulsa tried to stop and interfere with, I would say, about relocating the butane transloading facility. And I hadn't talked with anyone about that.
Right.
But they are coming on board as community partners in
There
that.
you go.
Yes.
We have continued to talk with folks outside of the Tulsa landscape to say, okay, what equity could be attracted to the project? How do we need to be thinking about tenancy? We got an LOI for a hotel to come in here into the
Right.
building. We have an LOI that's emerging for a national tenant for creatives.
and LOI is letter of intent
Yes.
for
And, see,
folks.
and I would just want to add this too, Franchelle. Number one, we just gonna say this because everybody listening in, all you secret listeners out there, we have what we need. I'm gonna add this first.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Franchelle team is all the diversity and the inclusion and all that you need.
Yeah.
It's there. So we just want to make it. Oh, this is black against the white thing. It ain't that.
Oh, no.
No, no,
It ain't about that. So we just
Nope.
gonna say that because people listening from everywhere. But
No.
I don't even want to say what the plan is over the air. But what I'm gonna say is over this live thing, whatever Franchelle needs, we gonna make sure we provide that to her.
Yes.
So when we get offline, we're gonna put together whatever she needs. And all y'all listening in, we gonna be reaching out, and whatever she needs, we gonna bring to her so she can take it to Partner Tulsa in the city and say, let's get this done
Yes.
without no excuses,
Yes.
and support her in what we bring to her.
Yeah.
So
This
now-
isn't-
Go ahead. Friend.
this isn't black or white.
Never.
I
That's- I want to- that's
appreciate
what I'm
you
saying
that.
that.
I
Yes,
say that.
yes, absolutely.
This is not about black being against white. Love of blackness is not anti-whiteness.
Mhm.
This is about community against power structure.
That
Right.
part.
Period.
Right.
Period.
However we define community, right? The diversity that is Tulsa. This is about that community base being against systems that have been erected to keep people out of opportunity, out
Right.
of access, and out of opportunities that produce legacy for them.
That's right.
Right? Like all we're saying is we have a right. I don't even want their pie. I just want to bake my own for,
Right.
for
Come
a
on.
different community. I'm not even trying to take a part of their slices, and so it's like we get so bogged down with
You
this
hear that
thing
slice
that
of
is,
pie, Damali?
it's like,
Right.
it's us against them. It's not us against them. It's
Right.
community against a power structure that seeks to continue to silence the voices of people in this community.
Y'all heard what the big homie
Ancestors
said.
are not just black folks that were massacred.
Mhm.
There were white witnesses as well. We're
Yeah.
all part of this thing, and
Right.
we're building for all of those who were impacted.
Yes.
And so, what's one concrete way that you can support us is one, telling the truth. When you're in space,
Tell the truth.
right?
Come on
and
now.
Shame the devil, tell the truth. That's what
you're
grandma
hearing
used to
about
say.
the project and you're like, oh, well, she ain't gonna make it, or they said she ain't got the money. That's not true. We had the money. They're stalling us, and we have a new economy. Oh, well, she doesn't have the capacity. Not true. Because if you look
Get
at
the
Jim,
facts.
if you look at the Child Abuse Network, if you look at like the rehab of Moton, if you look at Rebuild and the Developers Academy, you look at Kendall Whittier Mixed Income Neighborhood Trust. Those are all things that have my DNA in them in Tulsa.
Come on.
And I came here with projects. So capacity has nothing to do with it. And if you look at our team, these are highly accomplished, professional folks who are killing the game in their spaces. And so capacity has nothing to do with it. What this has to do with is how can we stall out a process long enough? Because they do believe community will yell and scream, but they feel like they have what it takes to weather that storm.
No, they don't.
And so when you're out in space, say, oh, no, we're not letting this go. You might think that you're going to wait us out, but we're not. And we're going to stay committed to seeing this project come to fruition. And then the second thing is I was contacted by the OWN network, the Rebuilding Black Wall Street.
Right.
And they have been following us, just on development and rebuilding this place.
Right.
And who are some of the folks that have lent their hand to the plow. And so they are wanting to do a symbolic groundbreaking ceremony.
Come on.
And I initially was like, I don't want to do that because they had a plan for May 31st, but they weren't able to get everything coordinated. And so now they're going to do it Friday, June 2nd at 9:30 a.m.
Come on. Let's
at
get
Evans
that down.
Tube
At
site.
Evans Tube. Right.
So
there.
June 2nd at 9:30 a.m. They are simply going to film a symbolic groundbreaking. And one thing I know to be true, you have to speak those things that be not as though
They
they
are.
were,
Come on.
right? And so what we're excited about with that is that date resonated with me. That date is the project. That date is so symbolic to the history of this place and the future of this place. Everyone talks about the massacre and what happened, but we never talk about June 2nd, the day they got up and rebuilt. And for the fact that them to come back and say, we want to film it there. To me, that's a signal into eternity that this will actually be done. And so if you are here in Tulsa, if you are close to Tulsa, want to be at Tulsa, be at the Evans FinTube site at 9:30 a.m. And I dare the city to tell me that we can't film there until they tell me the project is not mine, it's mine. And so I have site access. I've requested, and I want people to come out and see and put their hands and their feet on ground that really is owed to them, and be a part of something that says no matter what comes against us, we're going to rebuild. And June 2nd is the date in which we're going to start.
Can I add this?
Yes.
Let's just say this, Franchelle. You get what you need. They do what they're supposed to do.
Yes.
Paint a picture to us of the timeline and what that would look like.
So what I did is last week I presented to the Partner Tulsa and Orteo and TDA board, and I've requested the redevelopment agreement to be signed and executed and presented to us.
And if you got that, when should you get that? I'm just trying to do a timeline so that we'll know what.
If they did what they should do, right, which is in June, provide us the redevelopment agreement. July, it's codified, right? We begin to move forward through a performance period.
So let's write that down.
That is an 18 to 24 month build time.
Makes sense.
So what's really great about that is that within 2 years, right? Because Greenwood was rebuilt by 2025.
Right.
18 to 24 months puts us in the time frame for Jubilee. So 2025, the first phase of the site would be redeveloped.
There
and we would be rededicated to the rebuilding of Black Wall Street and historic Greenwood, the Freedom Colony of historic Greenwood.
Yeah.
So Friday, we're going to see everybody at 8. What time?
9:30
We're going to post it 9:30 a.m. Meet us at Evans FinTube.
Yeah.
Y'all heard it. Share this video. I know there's a lot of people tuning in, and we're going to read. I just want to make sure Franchelle got that because we got another guest. And thank you for hanging in there.
Thank you.
Thank
It's
you
my pleasure.
for being real. Here's the ticket,
That's what they say at
Franchelle.
Chick-fil-A.
Everybody in the world knows this. When you want to get something done, there's 1,000 ways to get it done. When you don't want to get something done, it's 1,000 ways not to get something done. And that's what you want. You give them 1,000 ways that we can do it, and they come back there with 1,000 ways that you can. But we're going to make sure.
You know what? And this is another opportunity for us as community to stand and to say enough is enough. Yeah. This is what we've been putting up with since 1921. And today it stops. June 2nd, 9:30, it stops.
You need to be there because it's good to come down for the rally and thousands come. It's good to come from Legacy Fest and thousands. It's good to have the largest Juneteenth in the nation. But we can't get caught up in the lights, camera, and action.
Yeah.
We trying to get to the business now.
Yeah.
So this is not just a black thing versus a white. This is everybody that support us moving forward together as a community to really have an opportunity to become one Tulsa and do right all the way across the city. So, Franchelle, we love you. How can they follow for all these people listening in? How can they follow?
You know, I'm getting good at this. Okay, so I got a little website, bddpartners.com.
There you go.
I got that up, but you can always email me at begooddevelopment@gmail.com. And then what we're going to be launching is a platform. So met a woman who founded smallchange.com, and she's been working with us to put up a platform so people can individually invest, both accredited and non-accredited investors, to be able to support the project. So you'll be able to do that as well as, email me, contact me, or you can just follow me on Instagram. Frankie Be Good 918.
Yeah.
Do that. And we're going to take a picture and we're going to post all of that stuff just in case somebody couldn't write like, I almost had. So we'll post on it. My final thoughts, Franchelle, love you. Thank you. We'll be there Friday.
Yay. Thank you.
My final thought is, I salute you.
Thank you.
I salute you because this is tough and you are, standing there for battle. And so I support you and we're going to rally some people who support you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There's no reason for this to be happening.
No
reason.
Her, let alone anybody else.
Anybody.
Especially after how we started.
If you won, you won.
Yeah.
So let's get it done.
Let's do it. All right.
Agreed.
KBOB News you can use. Charles and Damali. We're going to take a real quick break. We got Dr. Shaw coming up next. He got a special announcement. Just trying to show love in our community, y'all. Stay locked in. We'll be right back. We love you, Franchelle Adabla, and we'll see you soon.
Yes.
Does she know what she does?
EduRec is a youth and family fun center located at 5424 North Madison Avenue in Tulsa, Oklahoma. At EduRec, we offer a host of activities for children and families of the Tulsa community at little to no cost. To find out about the many programs, activities, and services offered at EduRec, please visit our website, www.edurectulsa.com, or just give us a call at 918-430-3947.
Fitting Back In is a reintegration program designed to help those released from prison to fit back into the community as productive, valuable members of society. They help schedule various classes such as anger management, substance abuse, and mental health. They also work with different programs in the community to provide job training. If you or someone you know needs help with resources in career development, employment, or housing, to find out more information, call 918-592-3500 or stop by 2121 North Harvard Avenue, Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
The 36th Street North Event Center is a full-scale event center where we share the experiences of the community. At the event center, you can rent space for weddings, birthday parties, receptions, concerts, Greek events, quinceañeras, and much more. We also do custom decor, linen, and centerpieces. We're located at 1125 East 36th Street North. To book your next special event, business gathering, or community event, call us at 918-200-9046.
And now back to news you can use with Charles and Damali.
Man, I'm telling you, sometimes the city of Tulsa, look, I love where I live. I love my community, but sometimes we just get it wrong.
Yeah.
We just get it wrong.
I don't think we get it wrong. I think they got us wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
They got us messed up.
Yes. And so we just got to stand together.
On the set.
Because I'm telling you, seriously, if you win, you win. I mean, I don't understand, but hey.
My thing is as a community, if we're gonna ever be one Tulsa, even the whole United States, if we're gonna ever come together, we got to start being fair.
Yeah.
And
we
giving
got to
everybody
do
the
what
same
we say we gonna do.
opportunity.
Period. So anyway, let's move on. Let's move on.
Real
All right, so we have another of our favorite people in this city.
Right.
Yes, favorite people in this
I
city.
got a
Yes.
pocket full of.
And the ticket is we've been partners for years.
For years.
That's the thing about Tulsa, man. A lot of people that we meet with, man, we've been on the grind and turning
doing
dirt
things,
and making
yeah.
things happen for years.
Yes.
You know,
So-
and if I'm not mistaken, and if my memory serves me correct, you know, I'm kind of getting older. I got a year older, a couple years older. But your granddaughter was our Edgerake Eats champion,
Yeah.
or second place champion.
second place.
Yes, second place champion.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. When we talk to folks, you don't understand that we've been in the trenches for
Yeah.
a long time, working, doing things in community, working with kids.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you don't see us together every day, but we are in this thing together.
Yeah.
We're working.
Absolutely.
So we have none other
Hey,
than the man
the myth.
with
Drum
the
roll.
plan,
The
Never
legend.
imitated, but never duplicated. Put your hands together.
Mr. Dr. Doc Shaw.
Yeah.
What's
How
going on,
are
my
you?
friend?
What's up? I'm doing good. I'm doing
Yes,
good.
it's good to see
Good
you.
to see you too.
Yes, we always around. We run into each other here and there and
Thank you.
everywhere.
This is what I always ask people, because I don't know about you. Is 2022 went by so fast? It's just I went to sleep and it was already May
Yeah.
2023. My New Year
Like, what
resolutions
Right.
was off. How has it been for you wrapping up 2022 and getting into 2023?
Oh man, it's good. It's a continuum, you know.
Right?
Like we say, it don't stop.
Yes.
You know, and so it's been good, man. The pandemic, you know, everything now is basically gauged by the pandemic, you know.
Right,
Hey.
right.
Pre-pandemic, we are.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's been good, man. It's a lot going on. You know, I'm teaching music at Booker T. I teach
Whoop whoop.
vocal music.
Go Hornets.
Yeah, exactly. Teach vocal music. I teach piano lab, and also started a new program called the Music Industry. Teaching kids about music, the music industry, from concept to the marketplace.
Yes.
So that's been good.
oh, that's great.
Pocket Full of Hope is still going strong. As you know, we got the historic Big Ten ballroom going.
Yes.
Man, I was there.
Congrats.
Let's do this only because you see all these people on. They're from all over the U.S.
Wow.
All in different countries.
Okay.
So just tell them just a little bit just about you.
Okay.
A little bit about your background.
My name is Doc Shaw. I'm born, reared, and educated in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Left here out of high school, went to Allen University, where I got my bachelor's in vocal music.
Yes.
You know, Allen University was named after Richard Allen, who was the
Hey.
founder of the AME Church.
Mm.
And so the historic premise of the whole school, as far as education and educating Black people, was his thing, you know. And so it was just a major eye opener for me. I learned
Right.
more about me and my history
Wow.
going to school in the South and then at Allen University. So I left there, came back to Tulsa, was in my band, Teaspoon Band.
Yes,
Teaspoon.
I remember that. Yeah.
Teaspoon in a
Mhm.
live room. Me and Billy Bruner and
Yeah.
you know Ducky, who was our drummer, and so we moved about. Then I decided to start working in nonprofit organizations. You know, I worked at Shadow Mountain. I worked at
Right.
Family and Children Services,
Mm-hmm.
Metropolitan Substance Abuse Services. It was just a major transformation and movement for me to
Right.
do all of that. And so put my band back together. We used to open up for Gap Band.
Yes.
We start touring, the SOS Band,
Yes.
all of that.
What? So
Yeah.
you've been on the main stage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
A
man.
time or two.
Yeah.
Time or two.
So, you know, then I decided to I learned a lot from Family Children Services. I was working in 13 housing complexes.
Mhm.
Wow.
And so I was providing resources for kids and families.
Right.
And so just starting programs was in Comanche, Apache Mountain. I see all those kids now have grown up and doing their
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
And so did that. And so I decided to start my own nonprofit organization. I was working on my master's degree at the time, and I brought one of my little gang members in to talk to the people,
Right.
my classmates, about it was a gangs, drugs, and violence class.
Mm.
Man.
So I said, well, let me bring one of
The
my
real deal.
Yeah, let me.
What is this? This 80s, 90s? What? I'm just trying to keep track.
This was by this time it was 2000. Yeah, it was 19. No, it was 99.
99.
Okay.
1999.
Yeah.
Right.
And so he came in and they was just blown away by him. But while he was talking, I was doodling, and all the literature we had to study, young people was, the literature is about pockets of poverty, pockets of despair. So I said, well, where's the pockets of hope?
Man, it was birth right there.
Right there in that class, man.
That's
so
awesome.
I just picked that up and kind of ran with that. And so we just started putting together some programs for the kids. And so we've been everywhere, man. I've taken the kids to New York. I performed at the Apollo Theater. So, we had to go to Apollo. They performed at the school I used to teach at. I used to teach in Brooklyn, New York.
Oh,
and
okay.
So we took the kids back and they performed there. They performed at Times Square.
Yeah.
They had all the people all around.
So this is 99, 2000.
Yeah,
you're doing stuff on this level.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is high level, man.
Yes.
You're down in New York. You at the Apollo. So he just nonchalant. We was
Like
down there at the Apollo. We left
No big
the
deal.
Times Square. I'm like, you can't do me like that. I couldn't get out of my the projects. I couldn't get to the corner. You were all the way down in New York, so you're exposing yourself and
the
kids.
Yeah.
Atlanta, took them out to Atlanta.
ATL.
Yeah. ATL. Shoot. In Memphis, we had to go to the Civil Rights Museum.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
We've been everywhere, man. So anyway, it's been a good thing. And how we came across the Big Ten, it's right down the street from our office.
Right.
And so we were just trying to find a spot because every time we would rent somewhere for our fundraisers or whatever, we end up just either losing money or breaking even. And so, I say we need to get our own spot.
Right.
And so it was there. And then I knew about the history of the building.
Sure.
And I know that in order to empower young people, oftentimes they need a historic perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They need to know, okay, what is this? So we figured that the music and the history of the Big Ten sort of kind of blended in with what we were doing.
Yes.
And so that was 15 years ago, man. So we finally, it took 15 years. So it was a grassroots effort.
Yeah.
And every little money we get, we would put into it. We were fortunate enough to get a loan to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
One of our board members had a relationship with the bank.
It's all about relationships.
Yeah.
I tell people.
What I mean? And so that, that happened, man. But working with young people, man, is just amazing.
Right.
A lot of them that have kids. We have 100% high school graduation rate.
God.
Yes.
And that came out of the concept that we wanted to just focus on kids graduating from high school.
Yes.
Because it was like, okay, everybody throw that at risk, kids at risk this, at risk that.
Right.
And so we wanted to say at risk of what? And we wanted to say at risk of dropping out of school.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what we started focusing on. So we use the music, theater, dance, videography, photography, and technology to sort of engage them because we know that 87% of kids who drop out of school like music.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And so that was part of what brought us to this point.
That's when people start saying, I'm gonna do this music thing.
Exactly. But that redirection, it's always because it's typically a lack of something.
Right.
As to the reason why kids are like, just forget it. I'm not gonna do nothing.
Right.
Because maybe I'm not the best athlete. But I love music. Right. Or I love to dance, or I find arts is where I'm, but there's no programming available for me to do that because everybody is focused on the basketball players and the football players and the cheerleaders and the track runners. And, that's a whole nother group.
And what I love about what I'm hearing is think about how many people done came and gone in terms of trying to do stuff for kids since you've been doing this.
Yeah.
And what I hear when I hear you talk is what that we've come to learn is that, man, you have to build slow to build it right.
Yeah.
Everybody want to be like, I'm gonna have the best thing in 6 months. I'm gonna be here, and you see them close.
Right.
But you're the example of this is an ideal of how it's relationship, it's building slow, it's creating relationships, and it's a grind. Yeah. But so when you finally get to where Dr. Shaw is, just know he didn't just do this in 6 months.
Yeah, I was one of those kids, man. I was one of those kids that
you can relate.
Yeah, I can relate. That was out here, and that my mother told me when the teacher used to tell us to line up to go to lunch or whatever, I would have to turn a flip first and then get in line.
Energy out first.
Yeah.
You know what? So that was me, man.
That was your story. Yeah.
So we know that we have to make room for their issues, no matter how
Sure,
talented they are.
Sure.
Correct.
We've got kids on Broadway, man. We've gotten kids.
Man.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I mean, so it's a big deal.
And they've got to see themselves outside of this community.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the biggest barriers, and that's what we found in working with kids at EduRack. You know, we haven't went out of town yet. We ain't done that, but just
It's
going
coming.
from one side of the city to the other side of the city.
Exactly.
You know, sometimes these kids don't even get that's possible.
Right.
You know,
Right.
all they know is just their own neighborhood, their
That's
own
right.
4 or 5 blocks that they're, you know, used to being, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So to be able to see themselves doing something bigger,
Yeah.
you know, going on these trips and like, man, I can really be on Broadway,
Yeah.
you know, because Doc Shaw took me here and showed
Yeah.
I
me.
done been there. And
Yeah.
let me
Yeah.
do this because I know we got a big announcement. Because
Yeah.
you know the one thing about radio, time goes super
It
fast.
does. It
Wow.
does.
And the ticket is, man, you just a ball of gifts and talents.
Yes.
And I always like to, because I get to talk to Uncle Bobby. He say why he came, other people. So what said, I got all these gifts and talents, but I'm going to bring it back home. What was the thing that made you say, instead of me just taking these talents to LA, Atlanta, and me just doing my own thing for myself and just being successful, what in you said, you know what, I'm going to take these gifts and talents and go home and I'm going to do this instead?
Well, see, that's what we talk about, because there's a place in Newmarket, Tennessee called we used to be called the Highlander Folk School,
Right.
where all the people used to come and get together. Martin Luther King was there. With Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was there. Andrew Young,
I know him
Stokely
from Atlanta.
Carmichael,
Mhm.
all these people. Yeah,
Mhm.
all these people would get together, and then they would go back into their community
Mhm.
to put into action what they've learned.
Mhm.
You know, and so that's what we do. It's about bringing people together and combining your gifts, your talents, and your resources,
Yeah.
and taking it back to the
Mhm.
neighborhood
Mhm.
and to your communities.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's what when I came back from LA, I was working on my music and stuff. Somebody was on the plane with me and said, "Where you come back?" I said, "I'm going to Tulsa." "Tulsa? What? Why are you going there?"
Right.
Don't do that. Don't do it.
Put no peer pressure on me.
Right. I'm like,
That's home. What you talking about? What you mean?
Exactly. I said, "Man, my kids in Tulsa." I said, "I'm going back, and we'll make this thing happen." Booker T. Washington said, "Cast down your bucket where you are."
Mm.
Man,
You know,
that's it.
Mhm.
Right.
people was fleeing the South, going to, you know, with all these gifts and, you know, to going to the North to
Right.
work.
Right.
And he said, "Man, y'all can put y'all stuff together right here. Cast down your bucket where you are
Right.
and make that happen."
Yeah.
And so that's what
Yeah.
happened.
That's real
I love
talk,
it.
right?
Yeah,
So you got
love it.
something huge coming up. That I've
Yes.
just been excited since I seen it. What you got coming up? These people, because we got people tuning in from all over, and they putting hand claps and hearts and all of that.
Yeah.
HGTV.
HG, my
HGTV,
favorite
the most
show
popular thing
of
on
all
planet Earth.
times.
Yes.
Love it. HGTV. Yes.
HGTV, man. They came in. This is in last year.
Oh, he been holding on to the secret,
Yeah.
Damali.
Yeah, I've been holding on, man. I tell you. Oh,
I know it was tough. I know it was tough. Yeah.
I've been all over to the 10. He been over. We've been supporting. We've been to a million times.
Because you know we
Singing, all on
celebrate
the
each
stage.
other.
Right.
You know? So,
Look,
yeah.
I text him every week.
Yeah.
Every week.
Y'all know how the contracts be.
Yeah.
This is my friend. I text him every
Every
week.
week.
He ain't told me that. I don't know. HGTV, he does good.
Yeah.
Because I'm pressing.
Listen, yeah, they wanted to come and they found out what I was doing in the neighborhood. And they flew down and interviewed me. Came to Pocket Full of Hope, came to Big Ten, came to our house.
Wow.
And so they said, "Man, we want to do something to help you because you've been working in the community all these years." And so we want to do something to help you because we know, like your house, we want to fix your house up.
Man.
Because we know you haven't had time to do it.
Right.
And they're right. I come home, I'm tired. I'm like, I'll do that tomorrow.
Tomorrow never comes.
I already know. I already know.
Looking at you, keep looking like I'm gonna get to it in a minute.
Yeah,
Give me
I'm
a
gonna
minute.
get to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just dim the lights. You be all right. And so they I mean, it's been amazing, man. They featuring also my spice that I Doc Sweet Heat.
Right.
They're gonna feature that. They came and interviewed some of the kids that's in Pocket Full of Hope. They
Yes.
performed for them,
Yes.
and then they decided to decorate the inside of the Big Ten Ballroom when you first walk in there.
Yes.
So they designed that. It's nice, man. It's really nice. Put us up in an Airbnb for like 3.5 months.
See, right here in Tulsa. Y'all know
Yes.
Yeah, and all the hosts, man, they've been real cool. One of the designers, he was the one responsible for the new Brady Bunch house, so he did all of that and a whole lot of other stuff. Yeah,
That's
so
awesome.
So when is we coming to your house?
Yeah. What is your barbecuing?
Look, I just cleaned out the grill yesterday. Play. So yes, well they it's gonna air June 10th.
June 10th.
June 10th and 11th.
That's right around the corner.
Yeah, it is.
This is season 2, episode 1.
Episode.
You guys are the first episode.
Yeah, we're the first episode.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. You don't just throw them in the middle of the season.
Because you got to kick it off live. Like we want the right type of kickoff so people keep coming back in it.
Yeah, it's gonna be good, man. It's they was all in there. So you're gonna be seeing me on there crying like a man. But it's all good, man. I was just so honored, man, and so humbled.
Yes.
That, and it's almost like I could exhale.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? That feeling.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because I work hard.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And I just because I know that if I don't, some things if I don't do it, it's not gonna get done.
That part.
You know what I mean?
That part, yeah.
And
Totally
so I know what I need. I know what I have to do, and so I get my butt up and I make it happen. You know?
It's hard being the last line of defense. I call it that because whatever gaps, whatever don't get done, you got to do it all. If I got to sweep trash,
it don't
drop
matter.
off kids, buy food, give somebody, whatever gaps are, I got that spot every day.
Yeah.
And it's tough.
Yeah.
And you know what? The other thing that I say on this show all the time is you never know who's watching you.
Man, that's a prime example.
I just sat here and listened to you. First of all, I just know you from community anyway, because we've just been here forever. But 15 years it took you to get the Big Ten.
15 years.
I mean, and that's
Crazy.
little by little persistence, day in, day out. This is my last dollar, but I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna sow this seed. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Making sure that you did what you did to secure that property so that you would have it to be able to do what you needed to do for kids. And then now, look, God brought it full circle.
I'm actually because I know you had to cross it. When did it get to where your vision and dreams and things that will happen, you had to just keep it to yourself versus telling friends about it? You know how sometimes you're younger, you're like, hey, I'm gonna do this, and you realize it never happens. You're like, man, am I telling the wrong people?
Right.
But you get, it's like all men go to a time where you figure out, man, I gotta write my vision, hold on to it, and just wait, like you just did me for a year and a half. This breaking news. But did you go through a time when you realized, man, I gotta just hold this close to my vest?
Yeah, I mean that because sometimes it don't happen, or it may not happen as fast as you want.
Yeah.
And so you just gotta just put the work in.
Yeah.
And sometimes we just gotta do some hard stuff.
Right.
Sometimes we just, what I'm showing kids now is that sometimes we have to build something. We just can't walk. We walk in Crit Trip and come back out whatever. So we don't know that took some work. Somebody
did some work.
And planning.
And planning.
I don't want to put that up for 20 years. You don't know that part.
Right.
So you see them now, they laying on the beach somewhere and you be like, oh, look at them. But you don't know.
You know what I didn't realize? We ain't gonna never let them go. Probably be like, man, we at home. We at his house. Dr. Shaw, let people know. So we got the dates that it's gonna air. Let the people know that's all around that's tuning in, that's loving what you're doing. God bless you and all of that. How do they follow you? How do they support you? Make sure we tune in, and how do we continue to just support what you do?
Well, I'm Doc Shaw on Facebook.
Doc Shaw, D-O-C.
D-O-C, S-H-A-W. Also, a pocketfulofhope.com, or you can put in our initials, APFOH.com, or Historic Big Ten Ballroom. And also this new book that's coming out, Built from the Fire.
I bought that yesterday.
I bought it yesterday too.
They mentioned a Big Ten in this book a couple of times.
Yeah.
What? That's something,
man.
huh?
Yeah, Victor is a great writer, man. So,
Yes. Yeah.
But just get in touch, man. Donate, whatever.
Yes.
you know, we're gonna be here.
Yeah.
And we already hooked up, so y'all tuning in. This is family right here.
Yes.
We hooked up. Edgerec got something going. The World One, we reach out. If you got the big team, when he did the grand open, I was the first one in. I was clean too.
Yeah, you were.
Thank you for your support.
I didn't get to come. I had something else going on that day, so I missed it.
Your
I'm
baby,
so sad.
grandbaby thing. But you
I remember.
beautiful.
I don't remember what it was.
If you haven't been there,
what you and thought.
it's good.
Appreciate it.
We're looking to put an event there. See, this is support. We have an event center.
Yeah.
36th Street North Event Center.
Yeah.
But we still looking at how we can have something at the Big Ten.
Yes.
So that's the kind of support
Right.
we have to have.
When
for each
people
other.
come to me, I will send them to you.
That's right.
We
You done sent a lot of people.
Look, I have people coming. I'll be like, hey, doc, this big celebrities too.
Yeah.
We can do it, Doc Shaw. I know you opening can.
Yeah.
Oh no, give me a couple more months. Okay,
Yeah, I ain't ready yet.
Yeah.
Call 36.
Come on,
Yeah.
Tulsa. Let's keep being there for each other.
The gift, collaboration is the gift.
Yes.
That's the gift.
Collaboration
That
is the
part,
gift.
yes. So June 10th and 11th,
Yes.
season 2, episode 1
Yes.
is you. What time?
5:00 Central Time.
5 o'clock
And what's
Central
the
Time.
name? What's the name of it?
It's called it's Build It Forward HGTV, sponsored by Lowe's.
Yes.
Build it
it forward.
Build it forward. So y'all right
I'm
now
gonna
go
watch
look
it
up
'cause
Build it forward. Yo,
Listen, I'm setting my
we gonna
DVR
post
because
it.
that's my show, honey.
Yes.
I love
and
HGTV.
after the show, after a little time, we'll have you back on to
Okay.
talk about the other side of
Okay.
it. Man, we
Yeah.
see the build up to it. Now, what has it meant for the kids, the community, support it now?
Yes.
Because a lot more people gonna know about you.
Yes.
Once this airs,
Appreciate it.
and kind of how life is how it's going for you.
Thank you, man.
afterwards.
Thank you for
Yes.
inviting me, man. Thank you for the invitation.
Sure.
Thank you for what you do for the community. Your
Yes.
voice is not being unheard. We hear you. We
Thank
see you. We thank you.
Same here, man.
Yes.
Nothing but love.
Much love. Yes.
All right, y'all. It's
Yes.
KBOB 89.9 FM news you can use with Charles and Damali. Coming up next, we got the Hump Day Hot Topics.
EduRec is a youth and family fun center located at 5424 North Madison Avenue in Tulsa, Oklahoma. At EduRec, we offer a host of activities for children and families of the Tulsa community at little to no cost. To find out about the many programs, activities, and services offered at EduRec, please visit our website, www.edurectulsa.com, or just give us a call at 918-430-3947.
The Juice Radio Show and KBOB 89.9 would like to say thank you to all of our listeners and sponsors who donate to help keep our media program alive, reaching the community. The Juice Radio Network continues to expand as influencers in the community of North Tulsa and beyond, but can't do that without your help. That's why it's important that we as a community continue to support the Juice Radio Show and keep 89.9 on the air. The community not only deserves this service, but needs this service. Let's continue to support the mission and giving a voice to the voiceless and donate to the Juice Radio Show. The Juice Radio Show is a nonprofit 501c3 powered by KBOB 89.9 and Eden Media Services, operating solely off the gifts, donations, and contributions made by listeners like yourself. All donations made to the Juice Radio Show are tax deductible and can be sent to 1216 North Lansing Avenue, Suite D, Tulsa, Oklahoma 74106.
It's Tulsa, Tulsa. I see you here in Tulsa. I'm in Tulsa chilling.
We appreciate your continued support and thanks for listening to KBOB 89.9 FM.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The all new KBOB 89.9 FM, Black on Black Community Radio.
And now it's time for the Hump Day Hot Topics with Charles and Damali.
hey, guess what day it is?
Hump day!
Hump day! It's Hump day!
Hey, Mike. It's the Hump Day Hot Topics on news you can use.
Mike.
We back in the building.
KB's birthday.
Hey, guess what day it is? KB's birthday. What day it is?
Oh, I I
Let's
love
go
it.
with it. Hump Day Hot Topic,
All right.
y'all. Stay locked in.
Okay, hot topic. We only have one today because that is the biggest one happening outside of JB's birthday.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Guess what?
What?
Today is the soft launch of Fixins Soul Kitchen. It's going to be their ribbon cutting ceremony that's going to happen today, right here in the Greenwood district. It's going to happen. So they're calling this, Media Day. So of course, you do your, grand opening, cutting the ribbon. But so for those of you who don't know what Fixins is,
Come on, y'all listen in. Y'all want to hear this.
Fixins is a soul food restaurant. It's a full service soul food restaurant that celebrates the African American culture and traditions. It's opening at 222 North Detroit, Suite 150. Soft launch today. We don't have an actual open date. So we'll let y'all know.
It's going to be like mid-June, so it's right around the corner.
Yeah, right around the corner.
They try to make sure they engage, and so today it's going to be a little bit about the survivors, and the descendants and media. So they doing it the right way. It's a different little way of doing it today, but it's a vibe.
It's a real launch.
Yeah, it's a real launch.
And we're going to be there, but it's headed up with none other than
Kevin Johnson,
NBA legend, man.
Yes.
I watched him all the time with the Phoenix Suns, so he is here on Greenwood. We tell y'all all the time, great things are happening in North Tulsa.
So this restaurant, he actually had a restaurant in Sacramento. So for those of you who don't know, Kevin Johnson was also the 55th mayor
of Sacramento, California.
Right. So he is actually, there's a connection between Oklahoma and Sacramento.
Right.
And because of that connection, there was conversation started about, hey, you should open up this soul food restaurant on Black Wall Street.
Right.
And guess what happened? You have not because you asked not.
Exactly.
So the ask was made, and now we have Fixins that's going to be showing up right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, in Greenwood District. So we're super excited about that. So at today's media event, and of course, we're going to be there. We're going to be going live, letting you guys see what's happening. Kevin Johnson, of course, as we said, he's going to be there. Pastor Ray Owens from Metropolitan Church is going to be there doing some things. The survivors are going to be there. Hugh Van Ellis, who is 102. Viola Fletcher, who is 109. And Leslie Benningfield Randall, who is 108.
They are all going to be there. In the building.
Check this out. Former mayors are going to show up.
Come on.
We have former Mayor Dewey Bartlett and Bill LaFortune who are going to be there.
Man,
our District 1 City Councilwoman Vanessa Hall Harper, our Oklahoma Senator Kevin Matthews, former Oklahoma Senator Connie Johnson is going to be there. Tulsa Regional Chamber, Mike Neal, and former Oklahoma Senator Jabbar Shoemate.
They're all going to be in the building, y'all. That's what I'm saying. Today is a great day on Greenwood. Black Wall Street, y'all.
Black Wall Street is going down.
About.
So that's what I'm telling y'all. Legacy Fest
great thing is
still rolling on.
Look for us to go live around 4 o'clock-ish.
Yes.
On World One Development News you can use. You will get the inside scoop.
Yes.
On everything with many, many interviews.
All right. Black history trivia question.
Let's get this answer.
Come on. So, what 2-day long white supremacist terror act took place on U.S. soil where bombs were used to destroy an entire black community and permanently alter the state of this successful black community? Was it A, Rosewood Massacre? Was it B, the Atlanta Race Riot? Was it C, the Tulsa Race Massacre? Or was it D, the Elaine Massacre? I think AJ said C. I think most all answers.
Everybody knew the answer to that.
Everybody knew the answer.
But shout out to everybody.
So the answer is actually C, the Tulsa Race Massacre.
Is
so for those of you who don't know, between May 31st and June 1st, 1921, mobs of white residents, some of whom had been appointed as deputies and armed by city government. Say that again, city government. Attacked black residents and destroyed homes and businesses of the Greenwood District in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The event is considered one of the worst incidents of racial violence in American history. The attackers burned and destroyed more than 35 square blocks, is what they report. We know it to be 40 square blocks of the neighborhood. At the time, it was one of the wealthiest black communities in the United States, which was known as Black Wall Street. So we've been commemorating the legacy and resiliency of our ancestors since last week, and we will continue through tomorrow on this 102nd anniversary of this despicable atrocity.
Thank you, Damali. For the
Yes.
people that didn't know, now they know. Hey, y'all put y'all seatbelt on. We finna run through these upcoming events and birthdays, and we gonna get on out of here.
World One Development is looking for volunteers to help serve the community. If you would like to volunteer or need community service hours, you can email me at damali.wilson@world1development.com. If you're looking to have an event, the 36th Street North Event Center has dates available. You can give us a call at 918-200-9046 to reserve your spot. Fitting Back In is still taking registration for justice-involved individuals in Tulsa County. Contact Christy Williams at christy.williams@fittingbacktulsa.org, or you can call her at 918-592-3500 to sign up. We are here to help justice-involved citizens thrive. Oasis Fresh Market is open 8 o'clock a.m. until 9 o'clock p.m. Monday through Saturday, and 8 o'clock a.m. until 8 o'clock p.m. on Sundays. Make sure you stop by for all of your grocery needs. Uganda Missions. If you would like to sponsor a child's education for one school year, consider making a donation to World One Development in the amount of $250. That takes care of breakfast, lunch, books, uniform, and a broom for one student. The kids have just returned back to the classroom for their second term, and the Youth for Charity Missions is looking to purchase a projector and screen for the village so people can see life outside of the village. If you would like to donate, please do so on our website at world1development.com/Uganda-missions, or you can Cash App us at $World One Development, or you can send your donation via PayPal at donations@World One Development. Our Community, Our Health is a show about health and wellness that can change your life. Our very own Dr. Andre Perdue has assembled some of Tulsa's top Black physicians to discuss health topics that impact us. Tune in every Friday at 12 o'clock noon right here on, it won't be on World One Development, on KBOB 89.9
FM. Now, we might share it over there.
Yeah, we'll share it. Legacy Fest continues. There's going to be a town hall on economic empowerment and social justice with NFL superstar and Super Bowl champ Usama Young and reparative expert Dreesen Heath and Dr. David Wall Rice of Morehouse College. So that's going to be happening today. That's tonight at the Greenwood Cultural Center beginning at 6 o'clock p.m. Black Wall Street Literary Series ends with Natasha Trethewey and her book An Evening with the 19th Poet Laureate, happening on June 1st at 7 o'clock p.m. at Greenwood Cultural Center in partnership with TU, Switchyard, and Fulton Street Books and Coffee Shop. EduRec is going to be hosting its summer camp training for all staff and volunteers on Saturday, June 3rd from 9:30 a.m. until 12 o'clock p.m. at 5424 North Madison Avenue. Please make sure you're in attendance if you're volunteering. Also, there will be a parent meeting immediately following that from 12 p.m. until 1:30. If you're interested in signing your child up for camp, please plan on being in attendance at that as well. Black History Saturday is going on a field trip.
Right.
They're participating in the archaeological dig on Standpipe Hill with Dr. Alicia Odawale on Saturday, June 3rd. For more information, contact Christy Williams. Taking It to the Streets prayer drive-through is happening on June 3rd at 9 o'clock a.m. until 2 o'clock p.m. at Going Hard for Christ Church, which is located at 205 South Sheridan Road. There will be prayer, food, clothes, and shoes available. Eastern Oklahoma Black Nurses Association Annual Health Fair is also happening on June 3rd from 10 o'clock a.m. until 2 o'clock p.m. at the Tulsa Health Department located at 5635 MLK Junior Boulevard. There will be a guest speaker focusing on chronic diseases and maternal health. There's going to be community resources and free health screenings. Black Wall Street Apprentice Readiness Project presents Contractors Academy Training Program. It's a 4-week training program that actually starts on June 3rd and goes through June 30th. It's Monday through Friday from 8 o'clock a.m. until 4 o'clock p.m. at the Black Wall Street Chamber Business Center, located 1800 South Baltimore Avenue, Suite 815. Lunch will be provided. Charles, you're not going.
I'm going for the lunch.
No, you're not. Interrex Unplugged Summer Camp begins June 5th. That's Monday.
We calling for bag up right now, man. Next week.
It's going to go June 5th through June 30th. Sign up at edurectulsa.com. Registration fee is $40, and it's $100 per week per child. There may be some scholarships available. To sign up, you can go to edurectulsa.com/camp, or you can see us on Saturday, June 3rd at 12 o'clock to 1:30 p.m. at EduRec at 5424 North Madison Avenue. There's going to be a back-to-school block party at Lacey Park. It's happening on August the 12th from 10 o'clock a.m. until 2 o'clock p.m. There's more information coming soon, so save the date. Spreading Hope Back to School Bash is going to be happening at B.S. Roberts Park on North Greenwood Avenue, August 19th from 10 o'clock a.m. until 2 o'clock p.m. There's going to be backpacks, school supplies, community vendors, community resources, food, drinks, snow cones, kids zone, music, and more.
Celebrating 10 years.
Yes.
Man, all of us going to be there. KBOB, news you can use,
Yes.
JB Smooth. We going to have a good time, y'all.
Supporters of families with sickle cell. Yeah, it's going to be great.
What's up with these birthdays so we can get out of here?
Birthdays. Today is the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. JB Smooth. It's his birthday.
Got the big 45.
Yes.
You kicked the show off with him, so
Yes.
so the party ain't going to stop.
Not at all. June 1st, we have Kayla Lee, who is an architect
Lee.
on the project that Francesca
Tomorrow.
was mentioning. Her birthday is tomorrow, as well as Michael Brewer and my cousin Quincy Edwards.
3 people?
Three
Dang,
people
come on.
having birthdays.
Geminis is loose out here, y'all.
They loose. June 2nd, Dr. Jabron Pasha is celebrating a birthday. June 4th, Dr. Anita Williams Morrell is her birthday. And June 6th, Uncle Baba.
That's why we put a show.
Yes, it's his birthday.
And my daughter's birthday, Gloria, my oldest.
When is her birthday?
June 6th.
Yay!
Uncle
So
Bobby.
y'all share a
Celebrate.
birthday.
We're going to double up on that party.
All right. So don't forget, if you want to reach us, you can hit us up on any of our social media platforms. That would be World One Development, fitting back in 36th Street North Event Center and EduRec Youth and Family Fun Center.
Love y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in, rocking and rolling with us. Good job, JB. Good job, Damali. Thank you to Franchelle.
Mhm.
We going to post all that stuff. Thank you, Doc Shaw, for coming in, spending a little time.
Yes.
But we got to go, y'all.
Mhm.
Please consider donating to Eden Media Services to help our community radio continue to stay on the air. You can send your donation made payable to Eden Media Services to 1216 North Lansing Avenue, Suite D. We moved on up, y'all. Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74106. This is news you can use with your boy Charles Harper. That's me.
And Damali Wilson, that's me.
And we are live every Wednesday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. So make sure you tune in.
If you would like to advertise or promote your business or events on this show, inbox us on Facebook at World One Development. This has been World One Development's news you can use with your host, Mr. Charles Harper and Ms. Damali Wilson. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed on this program belong solely to the host and their guests and not necessary to the station, organization, committee, or group or individuals associated with KBOB 89.9 FM. Eaton Media Services. Y'all have a great day. It's a beautiful day. It's the best day of the year. See you later.
The best day of the year.
See y'all next week for the police report.